Welcome to the Halley Elise Show, featuring your host, empowerment psychic Halley Elise. She is an author, psychic, and media personality, and has been listed as one of the top 100 psychics in America. Empowerment psychic Halley Elise shares the spiritual, metaphysical, holistic, and magical powers of the universe. Follow Halley on her website at HalleyElise.com, and all her shows can be seen via live stream video. Now, here's your host, empowerment psychic Halley Elise.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining in. Tonight is, you ready? Psychic Monday, which means if you didn't grab the number to call in, you should get it. It's 888-565-1470, if I said that correctly. I think I did. You never know. I have weird moments. Actually, this morning when I went to share that this evening you could call in, I put that it was Psychic Wednesday. Don't ask me what I was thinking. I think I was probably entertaining the idea of my new meditation class, which, by the way, is not all put together yet because we'll start back in season in September. But it was just kind of one of those weird things. I went and posted, I can't tell you how many places, and then had to go back and revise. So one of those weird kind of things. But it's not just me. There's obviously something going on in the planets. I have a friend that I spoke to on the West Coast, and she's a PR person, and we chat about different people, and she helps me get different guests on the show. And I have this amazing gal who will be coming on actually in August, so next month. But she's been compared to Enya as far as the sound, and her voice is phenomenal, and the music is phenomenal. And anyway, so this friend and I were chatting, and she said, oh my gosh, I've been having the worst time with data, with electric things, with stuff disappearing. So I just have to laugh because that's my normal state of being. And anybody who hangs out knows, whoops, trouble, to try to dial a phone number and it just doesn't work. Anyways, for those of you who go, well, what is that? That's just strange. It really has to do with energy, and it sounds funny, but you'll notice too, even when little children are bouncing off the walls, that your electronics will act up funny. Really notice if you have a toddler who's very excited, very anxious, very energetic, pay attention to what happens to the electronics. You will notice a difference. So whether it is psychic energy or kinetic energy or just, if you will, base chi, you'll notice that it affects lots of things. And anytime you do any sort of psychic work or your focus is in that arena, you raise that vibration and things are affected. And as I said, at this point, I just laugh because what else are you going to do? Anyways, I'll give out the number again. It's been one of those days. I was going to send out a reminder email to everybody. Didn't get that far. Was going to get on LinkedIn. Didn't get that far. Anybody watching, by the way, if you're a great PR person and you want to help out, give me a call because I could use your help. I need more hours in the day. Anyways, the number again is 888-565-1470. I just drew a blank right there. You gotta watch me. Yeah, it's funny. I'm being shown that it's over on the monitor, but what they don't realize is from this angle, you can't see it because it's hidden by computer screens and things. Oh, now I can see it. Okay. All right. Somebody asked me recently about a book, and I had to laugh because I've been included in 2 books that I did not write, as well as I am in, thank God, book series with oh my gosh, Dr. Bernie Siegel, and endorsed by Jack Canfield. As well, I have my book out, which has been out for years, and it's on meditation. And I was just thinking, it's actually time to write something about psychic phenomena. And I don't know why I didn't do it before. It's something that it's been rolling around in my head over time, and I have notes and notes and notes everywhere. Of course, all handwritten, which means I have to transpose them and put them on the computer, but that's okay. Hopefully within a year I'll have something out that everybody will enjoy. In the meantime, though, I do want to let you know that if you had the little booklet on meditation that included a couple things on amping up your psychic ability, that's being rewritten and will be re-released, and that will be available shortly. So there are things in the works where you can kind of click with that type of thing. As far as the whole psychic phenomena and improving your own abilities, I do have the Psychic Apprenticeship Program, and it's pretty big commitment because you have to say that you're willing to take the time to do it, to work with it. But I guarantee that if you do, you will see amazing results. Over the years, I've had several students who have gone into practice for themselves because the results have been so good. I've had others that are in the medical professions or in financial professions that have noticed huge changes because of their ability to really pay attention and to intuit and to allow that inner guidance to guide them, in fact. So if you have an interest, you can give me a buzz or contact me online, or we can go down the list, the Facebook, the LinkedIn, all the Twitter, and all the other stuff. Anywho, I'm just thinking, several very interesting guests that will be showing up over the course of the next several months. There's a gal who's an infamous artist who you will absolutely love her work. There's the gal that I mentioned earlier who's the singer. There's a gentleman who, if you ever watched, I believe the film's name was Mine, Yours, and His. No, His, Mine, and Yours. No, wait. What's the right title? It came out in the 60s. Yours, wait. I think it was His, Hers, and Theirs. That might be it. Anywho, it was about a family, two families actually, that merged together. Not exactly the Brady Bunch, but the gentleman who really wants to share about his family, who the story was based on, will also be on the air with us because he had some very interesting things that happened. A lot of times you see things in a movie or on TV, and life is not always as it appears. So that's going to be kind of fun. The gist is there's a lot of people that are lined up over the next couple of months that I think you'll really enjoy. And I do my best to try to let you know beforehand on social media and through the email whenever possible about what's happening. And of course, let me remind everybody, there's the Psychic Gallery the first Monday of the month. So lots of ways to access psychic information, lots of ways to learn, lots of ways to stick your toe in if you're not too sure what you want to do. So just kind of keep that in mind. And the website, in case you've forgotten, really simple. It's my name, HalleyElise.com. And I know they'll get that on the air shortly so that you can actually see it, at least for those of you who are watching versus just listening on the radio, because that makes a difference. So, how was your week? Did you have any weird things go on? I'm involved with a couple of different wisdom groups, and it's interesting to see how the people in the groups are progressing, and yet by the same token, they seem to be more affected by everything in their environment. Seems as if the more aware you become, the more sensitive you become, the more you notice little things that you just never noticed before. And I'll give you an example. When you tend to say, okay, I'm going to be in the present moment and I'm going to pay attention because I need to hear that inner voice, because I need to see what's going on in my world so that I can be more effective, you tend to also notice other things. So for instance, let's say you walk into an office and it's the same office that you walk into all the time. All of a sudden you notice that the candy dish has been moved, let's say from here to there. And typically that's something that somebody wouldn't notice. And yet as soon as you make that commitment to yourself to pay attention, all sorts of things come in. Now in addition to that, there's the whole hearing voices. Now obviously the idea of having somebody talk to you and telling you things is not a good thing because they used to lock people up for that. By the same token, there are a lot of very gifted people who have the ability to hear their guides. They have the ability to hear their loved ones that have passed over. I have a dear friend whose grandma passed not that long ago, and she communicates with her all the time. So again, if you make a commitment, and it's not a commitment to somebody else or to something else, it really is about you committing to yourself and wanting information, wanting to be able to really hear that inner voice or hear that inner guidance, knowing that it is not just you, but you're tapped into the universe. And I say the universe, which really is something to ponder. The universe is how big? Now, I don't expect you to actually answer that, but I expect you to think about that for a moment. There have been studies that say that at the edge of our universe really exist other universes that are larger than ours. And it makes you wonder, when we put limitations on how we think, how we perceive, what is supposed to take place, what is it that we're missing? Because if we're open to seeing, to experiencing, to sensing, the world becomes such a grand place. Truly. For instance, when somebody stops because they see a butterfly, a lot of people are like, oh, it's a butterfly, what's the big deal? If you give a moment to think about how a butterfly became a butterfly, it's pretty amazing. It starts out crawling very slowly, goes into the chrysalis, takes time, it grows, and then poof, before you know it, it's a butterfly. And the life of the butterfly is actually very short-lived. So it goes through this whole process just to spread its wings. What do? We tend to be very analytical in our lives. We tend to be very laser focused on things. And even those of us who say, oh, I'm more grounded than that, and money's not important. Money's still important. You still have to pay your bills. You still have to have electric. You still have to have all of these things that we take for granted, because when you have the money to take care of it, it's there. Yet, if you think about money as just a simple exchange of energy, and you have the ability to move it from place to place, then you have the ability to move other things from place to place, meaning ideas, meaning emotion, meaning energy. Give a little thought to that. If the universe is much bigger than we think it is, how much more expansive can we be as individuals? It's pretty amazing. And what I think is really fascinating is over the last 10 years, I've seen so many more people tap into their own intuitive abilities. We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, perhaps you folks will give a call in and get your psychic messages. I thank you, and I'll see you in a moment.
Bob, did you see Halley Elise in the paper?
Who?
The empowerment psychic, Halley Elise. They did a 2-page write-up. The columnist was enthralled. Halley went right to an issue that she was dealing with. I'm looking at HalleyElise.com right now.
What are you thinking? Should we schedule an appointment?
Matter of fact, yes. You have issues with Sue and me, my business. Take a look at her background. It's impressive, and she has decades of experience.
I want to put it on my iPad. What's her info?
Empowerment Psychic Halley Elise. HalleyElise.com. 561-755-2166.
Spell it.
HalleyElise.com.
So it's HalleyElise.com and 561-755-2166, right?
561-755-2166. That's it.
You're listening to Empowerment Psychic Halley Elise, and she invites you to visit her website for more information about all that she does at HalleyElise.com. Now, back to your host, Empowerment Psychic Halley Elise.
I just got the shh. We have all this talking going on at this studio. It makes it more real that way. You have people talking, things going on, people moving in the background. You just never know what you're going to see. Okay, so this evening is Psychic Monday, and I gave out the number. I'm going to give it out again. It's so funny because last time I did this, the phone was ringing off the wall, and we had guests that were nonstop, so I think they're sleeping today. Anyways, the number is 888-565-1470, and that's the WNN radio number. And if you give a call, Ken will patch you right through. In the interim, I was just talking about the fact that, when you expand consciousness and awareness, that you have the ability to perceive so much more, and observations become greater. Do you hear that reverb? You guys know? That's so funny. Okay. I know they laugh at me with my ears, too. You gotta watch me. You never know. It's too funny. I know you're shaking your head no, but I swear, and you have the headphones on and don't hear it. Okay, so onward and forward. It's all right. This happens to Jill sometimes too. My girlfriend Jill Dane, she's on Sundays. I believe her show is at 2 o'clock. I'm giving a little freebie blurb thing here. But we talk sometimes afterwards about the fact that you hear sounds that other people don't, or that the mics do funny things. And meanwhile, everybody who's here doing the equipment goes, what are you talking about? That's one of those things that happens when you become really aware. You notice all these things that you shouldn't. My ex-husband used to tease about how I could hear a cat down the block in trouble, and yet when he needed something, I didn't hear him. And I think, people would say selective hearing, but I figure the cat has a higher pitch. Anyways, I think we have a call, so we're going to say hello. Hello, caller. How are you?
Hi.
Hi, what's your name?
It's Evelyn. Evelyn.
Hi, Evelyn. How are you?
Good, good.
So, what's your question, hon?
My question is, I have so many. Oh, I'd like to know about my business, my studio. I'm working with a partner, and I just want to know, are we on the right path together? Is it going to be easier working with him?
Okay. One of the first things that comes up is that the two of you have different objectives. There is a main objective that I get, but as far as the way that you, if you will, approach business, there's a different mindset there. For you to get really busy, for you to have the level of success that you're looking for, and to make a difference in other people's lives, because I know that's part of it, you really have to take a moment to get together and say, wait, how are we approaching this? And I know that you do business meetings and you are constantly looking at how to improve things and make them better, and yet I feel like there's a disconnect in respect to how you perceive what needs to be done and how he perceives what needs to be done. And I really want to strongly suggest that you sit down and actually write out, versus verbalizing, but write out what it is you want. Ask him to do the same thing, and then sit down together and switch. Read what he wrote, you read what you wrote, and see if you can't find a happy medium so that both of you are honored in the business. Not only that, the young people that you have working for you and helping out, how can I put this? Their role should be in a limited capacity. It should not be as abundant as you're making it till you get things moving in a stronger way. And I feel like they would best serve you if they were doing some advertising for you. You know, you think about kids today, they're all whizzes on the computers with the social media, with all of the things that you need to get done that you probably don't have enough time to do. They could be helping more on that. And in the place of business itself, have them there when absolutely necessary, but not all day long. That makes sense?
Yeah, you're really hitting it on the head there, because that's what's going on. It's almost
Okay. So, like I said, if you can allow yourself to sit down, write out separately from your partner and then literally exchange papers so that you can compare notes, you'll find it a little bit easier to get on the same page, pun intended. But as far as the kids, I really feel that to make a difference so that the business is more business-like, you need to give them more specific roles and time frames as to when they should be there. All right?
Yeah, thank you. Hey, I have a friend here with me, Monica. She'd love to ask a question as well. Is it okay?
Sure, that's fine.
Thank you for your help.
Sure. Hi, Monica. How are you? She's not there yet. Are you there?
Hi, Halley.
Hi.
Monica.
Hello. How is your? What is your question? So sorry.
Yes, well, I was thinking here about business. I just, like 3 months ago, I started my own business, which is called 24-Hour E-Doc. And I would love to see how you see the influence. I mean, is that something good? What is the, I would say how you say the future, or what it is that you see in this engagement that I'm super committed to?
Okay, I want to see if I'm clear, because I didn't quite understand the first part. You said something about something with 24 hours and then business and then something about engagement. So can you clarify for me a little bit?
Yes, just I engaged with a new business like 3 months ago.
Okay.
And the name of the business is the 24-Hour E-Docs. And I love it. I mean, I feel like my leadership is coming out. It's really about creating a team. But financially talking, I would like to see if this is something that you can see as a good future, or what it is that you sense.
Okay, and I'm going to ask one more time. Please forgive me. I'm just having a hard time. I heard 24-hour, and what was the last part of the name of your business?
E-Doctors. E-Docs.
E-Doc. Okay, E-Doctors. Gotcha.
Exactly.
Okay,
But
now I
really
heard it. Yay. Okay.
Beautiful.
You're asking as to the viability of the business, the success of the business. I have to say that what I'm sensing is you don't have enough viral traffic I would really suggest either investing in somebody who could help you with that, whether they do like a viral video about the business, or someone who could spend an ample amount of time to go to all the other sites and share your business. For instance, Google has, what do they call, ratings for their listings. If there is a way to connect with them, do a little research, find out how to get more exposure, that's going to make all the difference in the world. It feels to me as if the idea itself, it's sound. It feels as if the money that would be invested by people coming in for service is also very reasonable. I get a good feeling all the way around, but I feel like if you want it to fly, the only way it's going to fly is if you get that viral exposure. So that means not just having a website, that means literally sending traffic to that website. And that, again, I would suggest, I'm saying Google because, you know, it's the big name everybody knows, but check all the search engines. There's Bing, there's Yahoo, there's Google, anyone that you can get a hold of. Find out what it is that they need to list your business and how to drive traffic. Because I feel like that's the only thing that would cause you to fail, because the idea itself, again, sound, the how your customers would be taken care of, sound, it feels like the premise is really excellent, but it's important for you to get that visibility. That make sense?
Absolutely. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you for calling.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye-bye. Have a great night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Well, that was great. Got 2 for 1. Okay, so you guys really don't hear this little reverb still? Really? I don't know. It's like as if there's a speaker someplace else in a slight delay. No. I'm being asked if I want an earbud, but I don't think that's going to help. I'll probably hear it through that. Anyways, I'm going to give out the number once again. It's 888-565-1470. If you have a question about psychic phenomena, you have something going on in your life that you'd like information about, please give me a call, because I'm here. Now, you know what's funny about this? I'll do this show the 3rd Monday, and next week people will call and go, I want a psychic reading. So take advantage while you can. Otherwise, you may want to join me for the Psychic Gallery the 1st Monday of the month. And all that information, by the way, is on the website at halleyelise.com. I had a nice little surprise recently. I got an award for Best Meditation Facilitator in Boca Raton. And what's kind of cool about that is I didn't even know I was up for the award, and I really need to actually go back to the letter and see the company so that I can share with everybody what that is. I know my web guy said he wanted to post it because they sent this long letter of information as far as how they determine, what they determine, you know, who they give the award to, but it had to do with like being the best in the field. So I thought that was pretty nifty because honestly, didn't even know about it. I've had a lot of things like that show up lately, which is kind of fun when somebody says, oh, by the way, did you know you were mentioned at or on? Like, no. I had somebody mention that somebody else they knew came to me, and they in turn referred me to like 2 other people who referred me to several other people. And it was kind of funny because the main person who did the referral originally, I never did get the person's name because it went through so many different people. So that's kind of neat too. I think in any business, when you know that you're having referrals, it's a plus. And I want to say that as far as intuition and listening, you really want to pay attention to that, because in business, it is the best way to make things happen. We have another phone call. Who's on the line?
Maria.
Hi, Maria. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
What's your question, hon?
My question is that I've been very patient waiting to meet someone, and I want to know if is the time going to come soon that I'm going to meet that special person in my life?
Okay, this is a loaded question simply because I feel like you meet people.
It's a loaded question.
It is. Because you meet people all the time.
I mean, like a special person, you know, like.
Yes, I know, like the one that they love to be with.
That you're attracted to, and.
Right,
I mean,
right.
Yeah, I meet people, but nothing, like no connections.
Right. I want to make a suggestion here.
Okay.
One thing is, when you go out with someone, acknowledge their good points, even if you don't want to go out with them again. When you go home, try to ask yourself, what good points they had. Okay, that's number one, because it shifts energy. Just be cognizant of that. And as far as when the right one is coming in, I feel like, I hate to tell you this, it's a little over a year. So in the meantime, date, have fun, have a great time, and know that this person is coming.
Okay.
I thank you for calling. Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
you.
I appreciate you tuning in this evening. I appreciate the phone calls that we had. And next month, when we do the Psychic Monday, I want that phone to be ringing off the wall. Have a great week. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Be enchanted and delighted. Connect each week here on WNN for the Halley Elise Show. Also on Facebook and at HalleyElise.com. Thanks for tuning in. The opinions expressed on the